Now we are going to solve the third problem in heat and thermodynamics chapter, 8th chapter. First I will read the problem, I will explain, later we will solve the problem. An insulated container of gas has two chambers. Look at the diagram. This is the insulated container in which two chambers are there. It is separated by an insulating partition. Look at that. Here one partition is there. That is also made up of one insulator. One of the chambers has volume V1. The volume of this portion is V1 and the pressure of the gas is P1 and the temperature of the gas in the first chamber is T1. And the other chamber, look at the second chamber, there the pressure of the gas is P2, volume of the gas is V2 and the temperature of the gas is T2. Are you clear? So here the number of moles present in the first chamber can be taken as mu1, number of moles in the second chamber can be taken as mu2, and the internal energy of the gas in the first chamber can be taken as U1 and the internal energy of the gas in the second chamber can be taken as U2. What is asked? If the partition is removed means if the insulating partition, if it is removed, what will happen? The gas in the first chamber and gas in the second chamber, both of them will be mixing with one another. And what is mentioned, if the partition is removed without doing any work on the gases, calculate the final equilibrium temperature of the container. Finally, you are asked to calculate the final temperature of the mixture, T, to be found out. So before going to solve the problem, certain fundamental formulas are required. I will derive the basic formulas which are needed to solve the problem. First thing is internal energy of the gas. Internal energy of the gas formula is required. Usually the internal energy is mentioned by the letter capital U. The formula is 3 by 2 N KT. That is the formula. This is obtained from 9th chapter. Make a note. So the formula is available only in 9th chapter. And then NKT is nothing but PV. This NKT that can be replaced by the term called P into V. So the next step we can write U is equal to 3 by 2. Instead of NKT we can write PV. Okay, so U will be equal to 3 by 2 PV, which is also equal to 3 by 2 NKT. So two formulas are available in terms of pressure and volume and in terms of K, N and T. Are you clear? So two formulas are available. Here finally we can write from the another expression. We know the ideal gas equation. Therefrom we are able to get another formula. From ideal gas equation we can write PV is equal to mu RT. So we know another formula also. From this formula we are able to get one more formula called PV by R is equal to mu T. Okay, so these are all the formulas which are going to be used later. From this we can write one more formula, that is nothing but mu. Mu is nothing but PV by RT. These two formulas are must. Okay, so here all required formulas are written. So know the basics. So we are going to use all the formulae in the next successive steps. Could you understand this? So I have written all the basic formula. Okay, by using this all the basic formula I am going to solve the problem. Okay. Now we are going to solve the problem. You know about law of conservation of energy. So according to law of conservation of energy, This law of conservation of energy that can be written in some other form now. The total internal energy of the mixture of both the two gases. After the partition is removed, both the two gases are mixing with one another, no? So total internal energy of the mixture of gases will be equal to the sum of the internal energies. Sum of the internal energies of the gases in chamber 1 and 2. Okay, so it could be written in equation form. U is equal to U1 plus U2 is the formula. Now instead of U we can write 3 by 2. Now both the two gases are mixed, no? Now I am going to use that formula. U is equal to 3 by 2 mu RT. So both the two moles can be added, mu1 plus mu2, that is the total mole value. R into T is nothing but that resultant final temperature T. So this is the internal energy of the mixture. The same formula to be used for the gases which are present in the chamber 1 and in chamber 2. Again I will write the equation for chamber 1, 3 by 2 mu 1 R. In chamber 1 the temperature is T1 plus 3 by 2 mu 2 R T2. This is for chamber 2. So both are written on either side. 3 by 2 and R both are common factors. Therefore 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 3 by 2 can be cancelled. R can be cancelled. So what is the remaining factor? This is the remaining factor. This T, that is a needed one. T is equal to, what is the remaining? Mu 1 T1 plus mu 2 T2 whole divided by this factor, it will come down after cross multiplication. Mu 1 plus mu 2 can be written. Now we are going to learn one more thing, that already that conversion is kept ready. PV by R is equal to mu T. So mu T can be replaced by PV by R. For the first chamber I am going to write mu 1 T1 is going to be replaced. How it can be written? P1 V1 divided by R can be written. For this factor we can write P2 V2 divided by R can be written. After that, in the denominator mu1 plus mu2 is there. That mu can be replaced by PV by RT. So for the first chamber, P1 V1 divided by R T1 can be written, plus P2 V2 divided by R T2 can be written. Are you clear? So after simplification, what will happen now? This R is clear, that will become 1 by R. Again I will write P1 V1 plus P2 V2, that 1 by R can be written as a common factor. Like this here also we can write P1 V1 divided by T1 plus P2 V2 divided by T2. Whole thing can be written within the bracket. 1 by R can be taken out. That 1 by R can be cancelled. Okay. From the last step, I have written this equation. Now we have to take LCM in the denominator. T is equal to P1 V1 plus P2 V2 whole divided by, here take LCM T1 into T2 whole divided by T1 T2 both are multiplied. If T1 into T2, if it is divided by T1, you will get T2. Therefore P1 V1 T2 plus T1 T2 divided by T2 is equal to T1, therefore multiply P2 V2 T1 can be written. Now this one can be taken up, so what will happen? P1 V1 plus P2 V2 whole thing can be written within the bracket. If the factors, if it is brought up, that will become T1 into T2 whole divided by P1 V1 T2 plus P2 V2 T1. So this is the expression from which we are able to get the final temperature of both the two mixtures after the partition is removed in between the two chambers. Very interesting one. The basic thing is internal energy formula must be known, and one more knowledge is also essential, that is nothing but that energy conservation. The sum of the internal energy of the gases in both the two chambers must be equal to the final internal energy of the mixture. That knowledge is essential. Only then we are able to solve the problem. Okay, thank you.